Let's go, y'all. This Mazuma TV. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob. We gonna get straight into the shits, man. We got one of the best trainers in the sport of boxing, if not the best trainer in the sport of boxing. One of my all-time favorites. We got Brian Bomac McIntyre in the building, man. What's going on, man?
Oh, how you doing, brother, man? I'm doing good. Doing good.
Everything, everything's well, man. I'm glad to hear that. All right, so you told me how everything's going, man. What you got going on today, man? What's the plans?
Got a couple fighters fighting on that Pro Box series that they have every other Wednesday night fights down here in Plant City, Florida. We got Uzbekistan kid, and we got Calvin Davis, the brother of Keyshawn Davis, and
Yes.
Keon Davis, DB3. So
Yeah,
they get
yeah.
one main event, one the other one co-main event.
So you okay. I already know how they go with the pros. You got like 3, 4 pros on the same card, and then you gotta switch out. I'll be having to switch out shirts, you know what I mean? And get the mouthpieces. I already know how they go. That's a hassle, man. But you got a good amount of people around you, so I'm sure you get the help you need.
Oh yeah, man. We got we got a fairly large team.
Yeah.
Everybody play their positions. The job is gonna get done.
Yeah, exactly. And that helps a lot, man. I only got 3 people, you know what I'm saying? So we
Mm-hmm.
got 4 people. Yeah, we be having to spread it out, and then I got a good amount of amateurs that be on the same card. I know what you're
Right.
talking about. So
Exactly.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So tell us about, I mean, you from Omaha, Nebraska, Bud from Omaha. You know what I'm saying? That's where y'all got the B&B Boxing Academy, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what y'all got going on, man. But it's not necessarily like the I wouldn't from what I heard, there's a lot of football going on around there, a lot of things of that nature. Is that correct?
Yeah. Nebraska is they do have a pretty good college team, college football team called the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They got another good team called Creighton University
Mhm.
for basketball. They always rated in like the top 10, sometimes top 15. Go to the tournament, the NCAA playoffs tournament.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so boxing it's not really too big in Nebraska, Omaha, where we stay at. We kind of just put it on the map, in the last 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was like alluding to. You guys pretty much made boxing put boxing on the forefront out there. You know what I'm saying? So as of right now, like presently speaking, it's 2023, about to go into 2024. Describe the boxing scene out there. How is it exactly, man? Because I know Bud probably can't step out nowhere, or you yourself and your team. It's probably hard to step out without getting asked for an autograph, picture, all that good stuff.
Yeah, pretty much like that every day. It's getting to a point now, and even though if you outside the city, people still come to you. But as far as Omaha goes, I stay, I stay in the hood. The gym is in the hood. I shop in the hood, so there's no. I try to keep it the same. Try to stay grounded with the fans. Because the fans are the ones that's paying the bills for just more or less to say. So you know, constantly give back to the community. With the gym, my time and my energy, my money. Uh, just try to keep it in the hood, man. Basically that's what I do. I mean, basically that's what we all do. Keep it in the hood. That's where the most hungry fighters are at. Uh, and then plus at the same time, you're giving kids the opportunity to try to make better for themselves. I always say that somebody did it for me, which was Carl Washington at the CW Boxing Club in Omaha when I started. So I'm gonna do it for somebody else's kid.
Right. Yeah, and we pretty much we coming from the same place because my boxing gym is ran by me and my father. We own a Pivot Boxing Academy in North Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? And it's 2 blocks away from the house I grew up at. You know what I mean? Right across the street from the elementary school I went to, and it's unfortunately, one of the most impoverished sections of my city. You know what I mean? But we constantly giving back to the youth. We got an amateur team. We doing raffles, giveaways, all types of stuff to make sure that the kids have something to look forward to when they come back from school, or whether they at the house, whatever. We just keeping them off of the street. So I'm able to relate with you in that sense. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. So moving on, you pretty much done did everything in boxing. You know what I mean? You built the champion from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? You've had your own share of professional bouts. You have your own experience as a fighter and as a coach. Been part of multiple uh, world class training camps and stuff like that. So I really want to know. We see the personality whenever you do like interviews and stuff like that. What would you describe your personality as a coach though? Is it more of the same? How would you describe yourself?
Man, as far as when my coaching comes in, that's when the serious part start coming out, man, because it's the fact that I be wanting these kids and these fighters to succeed. Now, as far as my everydays hanging around somewhere, I'm cool, I'm laid back, man. You know,
Mhm.
I talk that shit to anybody. Shoot the shit, shoot dice with them. Read books. I'm just an everyday person, but when it's time to put that coaching hat on, it's all about business. Because I want the best for the fighter that I'm currently working with or currently talking to at that time. And and you always got to keep an open mind about things too. When you're dealing with fighters, what they've been through, the type of camp they came from, what kind of coach they used to have. So that when I coach, I always keep that in mind. And like, uh, if a fighter wants to come to me, the first thing I ask them, well, what's wrong with your old trainer? Because some fighters, eh, they might think it's the trainer, but it's probably the fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I can work with any fighter, man. It don't matter, just as long as he got a good work ethic and he works hard at what he does. That's gonna be better for me as a trainer because you ain't got to stay on them or call them and why you ain't in the gym or this and that and the other, you know, because you can't be with them 24/7. So you just try to stay on top of them, keep keep things positive, and as y'all move forward, you'll earn his trust and you'll earn your trust. So that's how I just look at it. That's the type of trainer that I am when it comes to boxing.
Well, you pretty much knocked out two of my questions right there because I was just about to ask you, like, what character traits do you look for in a fighter? Because me personally, I like guys who don't really like get distracted easily. I like guys that pretty much quiet, pay attention to what I'm telling them, and they work profusely. I like guys with good work ethics, of course. I'm sure that's what every trainer would want. And just not having to worry about them cutting corners when they not in front of us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you pretty much gave me like a good indication of what you look for in a fighter. So that that's pretty good. That's pretty good for sure.
Right, right.
Um, yeah. So I actually did an interview with Brad Man. He's a good friend of mine as well. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I done helped him out a couple of training camps with J Rock and stuff like that. And when I did the interview with Brad Man, he told me that from the very like first couple months with working with J Rock or whatever, that he knew that he could be world champion. Like he had a strong feeling. He said that he would be world champion and get to where he ultimately got to after beating Jarrett Hurd. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I'm coming to ask you. You know what I'm saying? You knew Bud since he was a baby. You know what I mean? You done been around his family, all types of stuff. Did you always know that Bud will get to where he got to? And if not, when did you start to get that feeling? You know what I'm saying? When did you start to get that feeling for Bud?
Well, just knowing Bud coming up, man. He always been a strong minded individual even when he was a little kid. He was one of those kids that just messed around in the gym and just boxed effortlessly because he was so good and so athletic at it. He didn't have to train real hard and to when it came to some amateur fights. That's when he was younger. But as he started getting older, the competition started getting a little bit more tougher, and we traveled more. So he buckled down by the time he got 12, 13 years old. He started buckling down, and then he just hit a spurt to where he just never lost, you know,
Mm.
or he just didn't. Or one time when he didn't make weight, I felt like I was trying to kill him. I was trying to kill him when 106. He's at 95 and then he won 106, and we missed it by like a point 0.1 or something like that. And then So I was like, all right, fuck it, we got to move up and shit. But I wanted him to try to maximize his weight at every weight class. But we missed that 106, so he started up to 119, and then he just got better and better and better and better. And by the time he got like 16, 17 or something like that, man, uh, he lost in the he lost in the USA's his first year there, like the second fight, and then he went back and I believe he got runner up, and he went to the Golden Gloves and did good, won the Pals, won the Blue and Golds. He just kept winning and winning. And to be honest with you, I never thought about him as far as being world champion, because my mind was like, I got to get this kid to the Olympics. I got to get him to the Olympics. And but when we came up short, I knew he was about time to turn pro. So I had a good instinct, a good feeling about it, because most of the guys that you fight when you get professional level, you nine times out of 10 you're running to them in the amateurs. And so he dominated in the amateurs, and as he started getting older, we start seeing those guys that we fought in the nationals or junior nationals, and or they was making their career, doing their career and winning, or maybe getting knocked off. So I had a great feeling by the time he got like 18, 19 that he was going to be a world champion. Uh,
Mm.
so, but when he was younger, man, he was it was just something like he just we wanted it. He I never really seen him lose, man. To be honest with you, never really seen him even losing in a sparring. Somebody might have got the best of him in a sparring session, but as far as kicking his ass, I never seen him get his ass kicked or nothing like that, because he's always been so competitive. Even when I was boxing, I used to spar him all the time and shit. Man, he. If I got the best of him, he wanted to keep going and going and going and going. So we end up doing 10, 15 rounds until he satisfied to feel like he probably kicked my ass or something, or I got tired or some shit like that. But just the just the just the will and determination that he always had, I just knew he was gonna be a champion.
Yeah. And what I noticed is a lot of the top guys, they all share that in common. Like they strong, real strong competitive nature, man. Like Shakur, Bud, even Andre Ward. I see him playing ping pong, and they will not stop until they feel like they got what they needed out of the situation. Like they basketball, it's just nonstop. Like they will not take no for an answer. Even Floyd has a crazy competitive drive as well. I've heard multiple stories about it. It just seems like when they have that competitive spirit, it really takes them to the next level. Like when I really notice all the top guys, they really share that in common. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? But
yeah,
another thing that I could really commend Bud for, in all honesty, bro, is his loyalty, man. For that build up for the Spence fight, he was talking about how, like, when he got to a certain point in his career, they was trying to, like, backdoor y'all, like trying to say, oh man, you a world champion, man. I think you got as far as you needed to with who you was with. I think you need to start working with this guy. And Bud was like, you crazy? Like, are you crazy? Because I've seen fighters do it. I've
yeah.
seen fighters do it where they fall for it. They take the bait and they be like, all right, cool, now it's time to go Hollywood. Bud was like, no, he didn't even he's still in the same place that he was at when he came up. Like, you gotta respect that, man. He kept the same people around him. And that's really rare to see. That's
Yeah,
really rare to see, man.
yeah, man. We've been together for 25 plus years, man. So you know,
Phenomenal.
and I mean, we just know each other just like the back of our hand. Just not only just me and Bud, but you got Saul, you got Red, you got Bernie, you got Coach Lucas, you got other coaches in the gym. At any time, man, anytime if something happened, one of the other amateur coaches can step in, because they've been around the system for so long, and then the same system I use as an amateur, I sometimes use as a professional, and they use it too. So the loyalty is there because of the fact that we don't look at each other like we teammates. We a family, man. Uh, shit, man. We eat together. You know what I'm saying? We live together during camp. Shit. If I need something from the store, going to the store, I'm gonna ask everybody in the house, y'all need something from the store. You ain't got to give me the money, nothing like that, because this, hey, it's family, and because I know they'll do it for me. You know, uh, they'll check me and see if I need anything. If I'm just laying around the house, ain't doing shit, and wait for the next time to go to the gym, or it's an off day or something like that. That I mean, that's how it is. It ain't no going in there and cooking for one person. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna cook for everybody. And ain't no just coming in and buying. You buy one sandwich, no, you buying one. You buying sandwich for everybody. So
For
that's
everybody.
you know that's how we work. Now you go leave the gym and then you go on by yourself and don't come home with nothing. Then nobody will never know. But you been like that house with one sandwich. Shit, you eat that sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I love it, bro. Yo, it's deep.
I mean that, man.
Yeah, it's deeper than boxing, man. We
Yeah,
say it at our gym all the time. What I
yeah,
got going on with my guys is deeper than boxing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And since my gym opened up, I could gladly say, like, I still got the same people. You know what I'm saying? Same people, same amateurs, same professionals.
yeah,
It's deeper than boxing, man. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Way deeper than boxing. And I'm glad y'all had that type of relationship, because it could easily have been a situation where it was just business and then y'all just all looking at each other like a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really what, I mean, I'm really into the sport for. You know what I mean? I love the dynamic I got going around. That's what keeps me going for real. I love the
yeah,
family type
yeah.
atmosphere that I got going on. You know what I'm saying? So now we going on. We're gonna speak on my biggest fight of the year that I picked on Mazuma TV. A fight that I have been looking forward to for years, man. A lot of waiting around, but we finally got the fight. You was a part of the biggest fight of the year, in my opinion. Earl Spence, Terence Crawford, man. I think it was the most meaningful fight of the year, in all honesty. And man, that was a hell of a fight on y'all part. On y'all part. You know what I'm saying? On y'all part for sure. Y'all shook up the world, man. Y'all shook up the world. I see how excited you was in the back, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, at my house, we probably had like 20 people there. After that performance, man, nobody was saying a word. Nobody was saying a word. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah,
staying neutral because I like both guys. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I've been a Bud fan since forever. Earl, respect that man. But man, y'all silenced the whole room, man. Y'all
yeah,
silenced the whole room. So I'm gonna ask you personally, man. I knew you knew that he was gonna win, and I knew that you knew, because I heard the whole build up and exactly what you were saying, how you knew that this was gonna end. But did you think in your heart that it would be exactly like that? Did you visualize it going exactly like that? Tell me right now.
man. I did. I did. That's why I was telling everybody, man, it's gonna be, of course, the first couple rounds gonna be tough, but that and then Bud gonna start pulling away with him. They gonna end up stopping him. So I visualized the fight going that way, but I didn't think that second after the second round. You know what I'm saying? After he dropped him that first time, it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna at least to go into like maybe the fourth round before he dropped him, before he really hurt him. But then, as you're on the outside and you looking in as a trainer, you looking in, and the first thing I noticed about it, man, his feet so slow. His when he was stepping to Bud, he was stepping slow. His hand speed was slow, and so that's the first thing came to my head when he came back to the corner going to the second round. I was just like, hey, you get a chance, you just try to counter over the top because I know he's fast enough. And Errol's slow, his slow feet, slow jab. And so, and then once he jab, if he step to him, he gonna open himself up. He gonna widen his stands up, and he gonna come up short because most likely the Bud gonna take that half a step back, just enough so he can miss, and just enough so he can, start reaching, and then come over the top. He did exactly what I asked him to do, and he put him on his pockets. And then after that, when he jumped up and he walked back to his corner, he was wobbling. He was
Yeah,
wobbling.
with
He
the
was wobbling.
jab.
Yeah, that jab, and we worked on that. We worked on that jab, man, for damn near every day for almost 3 to 4 months. You know, both sides, orthodox and southpaw. And then my biggest thing was a good stiff jab. You know, a jab to push you back. You see sometimes when he's hitting with that jab, that it felt like nice right hand over the top. You know what I'm saying? So to me that was just perfect. And then I'll offset him trying to come in or trying to step to Bud and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he'll he'll know if you run up on me, this is what you're gonna get. And he got exactly what he was looking for. You know, that stiff competition.
Yeah.
And it played out, and it played out perfect.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I remember Buzz saying at the press conference, he was like, "Man, you get out of line, I swear to God." I swear to God. He said, "I swear to God, you gonna be the 11th one." And I was like, "Oh, yo, he was not playing, bro. Yo, Bud, the truth, man. I'm telling you." And I
And
ain't gonna lie, real quick, before when I seen that knockdown, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I learned the 2-1 from Lennox Lewis. He'll throw the right hand and come back with the jab. And
yeah,
man, after that knockdown, I was like, yo, this is what we gonna be working on. I was like, this is the type drills we gonna be working on. We gonna
yeah.
work out. We gonna learn how to throw the jab after the backhand. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that was phenomenal, man. That was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
And then if you can remember, when the campaigns first started and they said, okay, we about to fight, I kept telling them, I promise you, Bud gonna dominate this dude. I promise you. I kept telling them, and then nobody want to listen. And so when y'all see me in the back, it's like, yeah, well, fuck the motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that was just a little bit of me saying, I tried to tell y'all. I tried to fucking tell y'all. But then nobody wanted to listen. Everybody wanted to ride over there and ride. Nah, no.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't gonna happen. He too athletic and too strong. He was too strong and he's just athletic, just a great boxer all way around, and a fighter on top of that.
Yo, that's what shocked me more than everything. When they got in the clinch, man,
Yeah,
they didn't even like the way that Bud was so. And I know he come from a wrestling background. I do as well, so I understand like the physical strength that Bud had. I seen a man deadlift crazy weight. I knew that he was physically strong. I seen it in the Jeff Horn fight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
How the way he was pushing Jeff Horn around there. I was like, yo, this dude is he's stronger than people think. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And the way that he was able to just push Earl around, and Earl is known as like a physically strong dude. Like I heard it from Danny Garcia himself. He said, yo, like Earl's like very physically strong. Like he wasn't a big puncher, but he was physically strong. So to see Bud do that, that's what like that was just as shocking to me as the overall performance. I'm like, damn, he just pushing Earl around like that. Like that's crazy to me. That was something that really caught my eye. For real, for real. So with that being said, man, PBC, I know y'all got the rematch clause going on. I ain't gonna ask y'all too much about that. We know what we know. But PBC just signed with Prime Video and all that, PBC on Prime. So because of that, is there any updates on the rematch now? Cause I know there was a whole situation with, you know what I mean, just PBC trying to find a home. You know what I mean? PBC trying to find a home and exactly where they're gonna be, where they're gonna be. So now that that's going on, is there any more details that could be put out there as of right now?
no, I don't have no details right now, man. You know, I've been on the road for the last couple weeks, so
Okay.
I'll be back in the gym tomorrow. And me and Buddy sit down and talk, or maybe sometime next week, and then he may not give me an update. You know you know he really he's not a PBC fighter. He just go
Yeah,
over there and take care of business when he have to. So
exactly.
I don't think they in line trying to give him information or make like things are in it that in favor for him. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right, right.
honor the contract just like he got to honor the contract. So I think that's just where it's at right now.
Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, he's not a PBC fighter, so why would they really go out their way to? Yeah, that,
Yeah,
that makes total sense. That makes total sense. So Bud fought one time this year, right?
right.
Fought one time. So in my opinion, that's all I needed to see for him to be fighter of the year. the magnitude of that fight, the opponent that he went up against, and the fact that he was able to become two-time undisputed in the four-belt era. Nobody has ever done that before Terence Crawford. To me, that's fighter of the year right there.
Right, right.
But then we got these David Benavidez saying he believed. I didn't hear him exactly say it, but there was people saying that David Benavidez might have that because he got Plant and Andrade. Then you hear Devin Haney come out and say that he believes he's fighter of the year because he got Loma and he got this Regis Prograis. So I believe Bud is fighter of the year. I think you're trainer of the year just based off of that performance alone. What's your take on the situation?
Well, I look at the magnitude of the fight, uh, uh, and that was a historic fight. You know, you don't get fights like that often. And then you look at both of the guys' record going into the fight. Um, you know, even though Bud was the favorite going into the fight, but Spence was more or less like the fan favorite going into the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Uh,
Facts.
so, so, and the way Bud just dominated that one person, just that particular fight, and when you went into the fight, it was on paper it looked like a 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? And just look at the way Earl did everybody else that he fought. He damn near either stopped them or just outclassed them. And for Bud to get in there and have the performance that he had, that's just outstanding to me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Now you got Day the Benavides. Those are good wins for him and Devin and Nue. But I was told one time before this, man, in order for you to get trainer of the year or fighter of the year, you got to have a significant fight that really makes sense to this world. So I was like, yeah, you're right, because there's been years that we both been on the ballot and we didn't get it, but we accomplished something that other trainers and fighters did, like when I think Tiafimo got undisputed at 35 or something. Him and his daddy got fighter and trainer of the year. But we did the same thing. We did the same thing at 40 before, but they didn't give us fighter of the year. So I asked a reporter and I said, well, what was the difference? He was like, probably because it was more significant opponents than maybe one fighter had than the other fighter had. So I was like, okay, all right, cool, okay, cool. And now I look at the type of opponent that Bud beat, and Errol was the man. He was the man at 147. He was the man at 147 for years. And for Bud to come up from 35, to unify, be undisputed at 40, and then do it at 47, there's no there's that's hands down. That's hands down for a fighter of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now, as far as trainer of the year, I don't look for accolades, man. It's me. I'm all about making sure the fighter gets to the destination he needs to get to because that's what he hired me for. You know, uh, uh, and plus with myself, man. It's a team. It's a team effort. It just ain't just one trainer. It's a team effort. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? Because I got Saul, I got Red, I got Ashley, you got Pauline, you got the nutritionists, you got the doctors, you got all that. All of it takes everybody to play their part in order for it to work. Now, at the end of the day, Bud do go out there and put on a perfect performance, but we all play a significant part and before he steps in that ring to make sure he's in great shape and hitting on all cylinders before the fight starts. And everybody plays a part. We check the we dot our I's and cross our T's, and then we like, okay, go ahead. We sit him out there just like we were sending a kid to his first day of school. You know what I'm saying? So accolades, I don't look for them, brother. You know what I'm saying? Is it nice to get them? Fuck yeah, it's nice to get them because they can't take them away from you. But with me, it's all about the fighter. It's all about the fighter. You know what I'm
I
saying?
love it.
And,
I
and I
love it.
and I hope he do get fighter of the year. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what people gonna say? Well, who is this damn trainer then? Am I right or wrong?
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I like the fact that you put the fighter first, man, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I've had my fair share of experiences like seeing different trainers, and there's trainers that like to have a spotlight. You know what I'm saying? They like to share the spotlight with their fighter, or they just want to be the main character.
Right,
When in reality the main character is the fighter. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But so it's good to hear that, especially at the level that you at, and you had that mentality. That's dope to see. But in my all honesty, I got you as trainer of the year at Mazuma TV because not only did you have the most meaningful win of the year, in my opinion, but you also had, in my opinion, you're one of the fighters you had one of the best comebacks of the year, Chris Eubank Jr.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like he had gotten stopped. You know what I mean? Came linked up with y'all. You know what I mean? Listen to the he put in that work with y'all, and then he was able to get a stoppage win against the same opponent in a rematch.
right, right.
So I think those two wins are. I can imagine that you just felt like you was on top of the world, man. Like that's phenomenal, phenomenal.
Man, man, I just look at it as that it's work, man. It's something I love to do, and I'm getting the results that I'm looking for. I'm getting the results that all the hard work that we putting in, and that just goes with the saying that you hard work, dedication pays off, and that's all it is. Hard work and dedication just paying off, So that's how I look at it, man. You know what I'm saying? That those guys, they trust me, they listen to me. Uh, the team trusts me. They listen to me as far as the workout I put forward, the game plan the plan I put forward. You know, that's just called hard work and dedication, man. That's all that is. And you can't cut it no other way. You can't get around it. You
Yeah.
as a trainer, you got to put that work in, just like the fucking fighter got to put the work in. Ain't nothing on. You can't cut. You can't get around it. If you do get around it and you halfway get there and you halfway do the work get there, you ain't gonna stay there long because somebody gonna come along and clean your clock.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
quick question, because I'm gonna tell you something about myself. So I started off as an amateur fighter. My dad was a fighter himself. I got into the game, but then when I had turned 20 years old, I got diagnosed with a chronic illness. You know what I'm saying? So I had to stop boxing. Moving from that situation, I actually transitioned on to being a trainer. You know what I'm saying? So, when did you were a professional fighter? You had your fair share of experiences as a fighter. When did you realize that this coaching career was for you?
Man, I don't know, man. I think I don't know if I would. I don't know. That's a good question, man, because I look at it like I still want to do other things,
Hmm.
man. I want to open up a kitchen to help feed the homeless, man. I want to feed the kids after school. Uh, um, I got those things in plan. I got wrote down and close to getting to almost accomplish what I want to accomplish. But but you know the much successes that we have in, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question, man. I don't know because I enjoy doing it, and I don't even call it like it's work, but it's fun though. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. Like now we talking on the phone, and as soon as we get off the phone, I gotta go get ready to go over to the arena and you know put some more work in there with some guys I've been with the last 7 or 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying? They can
Yeah.
get, I think that's fun, man. That's fun. You know what I'm saying? That's the work that I'm putting in. That's the grind that I'm doing. But at the same time, it just don't feel like work and grind. You know what I'm saying? So as far as coaching, I look at it. It's a lifestyle with me, man. It's a lifestyle,
Yeah.
and this is what I do day in and day out. It's just like breathing with me now. Uh, so as far as like saying that when I can realize a coach, fuck, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It just happened.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
It happened.
I mean,
Okay.
I did just like get when I first started coaching with the amateurs. The coach used to say, "Man, you might as well stay back and help me with these kids because you ain't gonna go out there and be fucking around in them streets." So I was like, "Yeah, you right. Let me stay right here and help with the kids. It don't only another 2 hours, and you just shooting the shit with your partners in the gym, shooting the shit with the kids in the gym and shit, and then you'll get to that point to you like." man, I kind of want to see this kid get better. You know what I'm saying? And you start seeing kids get better. They start doing better in school. They start doing better at home. Ain't no more their parents calling and he can't come to the gym because he messing up at home or he messing up in school. He's getting better because he's realizing that my coach is taking some time and energy with me so I can get better. He start winning his fights. He ain't losing no more all the time. Uh, Starting to dress a little better, start coming to the gym a little bit on time. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Oh no. Okay, hold up, hold up.
you kind of gradually just kind of like it kind of sucks you in a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It sucks you in, and then you'll get the label as a coach first before you even realize it. And then you, as yourself, you be like, man, I'm just trying to here to help my little partners, man. You know what I'm saying? My little cats try to get better. And then
yeah.
you realize, like, fuck, I'm a coach now and shit. Okay, all right. So that's how I look at it, man.
Dope, 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 man. Yeah, it pretty much fell in your lap. You're like, fuck it, we might as well
Yeah,
keep.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Might as
yeah,
well
yeah.
do it now and shit.
All right, man. Yo, I learned a lot, man. I appreciate you coming on as always. But to close this out, let's just speak on. Let's go back. Let's turn back around to Terence Crawford real quick. So, obviously, he has the rematch that he has to obligate. We spoke on that, right?
Yeah,
Um, Out of the arena, as he was walking out to the arena for one of, I believe, I don't know exactly what fight it was, but it was most recently. I don't know if it was Shakur and De Los Santos, but he's made it clear that he's only looking at two fights right now. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? The Earl rematch, and he's looking at the possibility of a Canelo fight at 168, which I think is, you know what I'm saying? That's just Bud, being the competitive man that he is. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
I love it. So, but let's say there's a situation where they may not present itself. You know what I'm saying? Like Canelo, he said he's focused on Munguia. He may possibly fight Terence himself, and then he might fight Jamal. You know what I'm saying? That's something that
right.
Eddie Reynoso said. He might fight Jamal. If there's a situation where that opportunity doesn't present itself, which I hope it does, but if it doesn't, will Bud walk away?
Man, you know what? That's a good question, man, because I just told him just the other day, man, you can accomplish everything. You ain't have nothing that left to prove to nobody. Of course, he want to honor his obligation on that contract because Spence gave him an opportunity, so it's only right for him to keep his word. And as far as the Canelo goes, man, that's just Bud. Like you said, Bud being Bud. Bud want to challenge himself. If he must see something where he can beat uh, Canelo. So that just tells me, okay, you got your hands full. Let's go out there. Let's figure out a way we can beat this kid and move forward. And I'm a ride with him for one, because only way you're gonna be great, man, if you take chances, and that's the chance that he's taking. And people thinking like, oh, that's crazy, man. Just done 2 or 3 weight class, man. That's gonna weigh up that for, man. Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? But listen, only way you're gonna be great, man, if you challenge yourself, or you bet on yourself, and that's one thing he's doing. He betting on himself, and so I can feel him too, man. And I see him do it all the time. I see him do it every other day in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ride with him on it. And if he can't get it, he probably will walk away because nobody else doesn't bring anything to the table. You know what I'm saying? They don't bring numbers. They don't bring in a bunch of with good numbers. There's good money. You know what I'm saying? So even though Canelo is a big dude, that's all right though. He been sparring and fighting big dudes all his life, so he's just another feather in his hat.
Understood, understood. So at this point in time, it's like, yo, show me the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Show
pretty
me the
much,
money.
man.
I
Yeah.
feel it. I feel it. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? So being that there may be a possibility that Bud will walk away, do you have a time frame yourself?
Oh no, man, no, man. I don't know, man. Me and the other coaches, we talk about it all the time. Probably 10 years, somewhere around there. I don't know, man. I love boxing. It's in my blood, brother. So, uh, I'll let God, let God make that choice for me, and nature just take its course. That's it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't see myself walking away. That's just me though.
Yeah.
I don't see myself walking away. I won't know. I'm only 25. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of time, but I don't see myself walking away at all. You know what I mean? Because like you said, you know what I mean. It's the life, and the life exciting for me. As long
Yeah.
as it's exciting, I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
what I told my wife the other day, and she was like something. She said something, and I said, "Mama, just to be honest with you, at this point now, I'm trying to be great. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? The money's there, the fame is there, everything is there, and it'll come to you as long as you just put your head down and keep grinding. It's gonna come, you know. But I'm trying to make champions. So when it's time for my name to get on that ballot to get in the Hall of Fame, it won't be no doubt. That's the only way you're gonna be great.
No, you already there, bro. Keep it a buck. Like you already there. But I understand what you're saying. You need to have that
Yeah,
mentality. Just keep
yeah.
grinding.
Got
You know what
to.
I'm
You
saying?
got to.
So that's the phase that I'm in right now. So I'm gonna end this with this question right here. And this is pretty much a selfish question for me, since I'm speaking to you right now. I'm a young coach. You know what I mean? I've been in the game. I started coaching people for real in like 2018. So it's been like 5 years, right? Only been in the game 5 years training. What would your advice be to me? You know what I'm saying? I would love to know what your advice would be to me, being that you've done it, you've done crazy things in boxing, and I have like goals that matches where you currently at right now. Like I want to be able to say that I did those things when it's all said and done. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? So what would your advice be to me?
just study boxing, study different fighters, and one thing that one of my trainers told me before, be able to learn how to break down a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
You, if you when you can break a fighter down from what he does best and uh, and then building back up, you can make him a complete fighter. You know what I'm saying? So learn how to break a fighter down. When you break him down, building back up better in a better way, and then if your fighter fighting another fighter and you know how to break a fighter down, then you'll know how to beat another fighter. You know what I'm saying? You'll know how to beat that fighter, and then understand the fighter that you're working with know what he can do and know what he can't do, and the things he can't do, you just got to work on those time after time after time again, and you got to give a fighter enough time. You got to remember, fighters got to grow. Fighters
Yeah.
grow when they grow with competition, and they get older. Just like a teenager going into a young man. Fighters do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? As they age, they get wiser, hopefully, and more they stay in the gym, the more they'll grow. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes open, keep your head on the swivel, and keep your ears open. And always listen to your fighter. You listen to your fighter mentally, and you listen to him physically. When I say physically, you watch him and watch his body language in different workouts. You watch how he come in the gym and watch how he leave the gym and see if his mind is there for the workout. Fighters don't gotta have to work out every single day. You know what I'm saying? Till they sit their ass down. Let's play some chess today. Work his mind like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's play some cards or something. Challenge his mind. Give him some books to read. As a coach, read yourself. You know what I'm saying? Listen to old trainers and go back and watch tapes of old trainers and listen to what they say in the corner. Uh, and then see if the fighters doing it. Go back and watch old fights and break those fighters down. And for many years, man, when Hearns beat, when not Hearns, but Sugar Ray beat Marvis Hagler, I 40 years. I swear up down that Ray Leonard didn't beat him until one day I really sat. I was on the treadmill and I was like, "Let me watch this fight." He actually beat him, and
Mm-hmm.
that's because I was biased. You know what I'm saying? I was biased because Hagler was my favorite fighter back then, and what that taught me to always, when you go into a fight, you always got to be going there with an open mind, because the fighter that you want to win, he might not go win. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
you keep open mind about that. Keep open mind about everything, and learn to adapt. You gotta learn to adapt to different cultures of style of boxing too. You know what I'm saying? Because is every uh, Olympic year the style of boxing changes. You know what I'm saying? So learn to adapt to different fighters and different styles, and always remember you ain't gonna be able to change a fighter in one fight. You got to change him over in a significant amount of time. And how
Yeah.
you do that, you got to keep working on it and working on it and working on it and working on it. You know what I'm saying? Just add to his arsenal. Add to his arsenal. You don't go in there and say, "Stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that." If you're doing it bad, maybe you can correct it by making sure you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to take it away from you. You know what I'm saying? That means you just sharpen him up a little bit. Just sharpen him up a little bit, and then try inject in what you feel is right. What the type of things that you may see. But other than that, man, you got to keep the love. You got to have the love for it. You got to have the love for it, man. You can't be no half-ass trainer and shit, and
Yeah.
think you're gonna get some good results, because you're gonna get the results what you put in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I that was my problem as a fighter and shit, because I was fucking around, smoking, drinking, and shit, and getting that boxing move, want to go to the gym, smelling like fucking liquor and shit. But I would do it by myself, but I wouldn't get the results that I wanted. But it's different now that I'm as a trainer. You see those things that when I was younger that I did. I try to look uh, uh, for when it comes in the gym, and I'll stop it right at the door. Yo, hold on, partner, you can't come in here smelling like that or looking like that, because it ain't good for the gym, and it definitely ain't good for the kids to see. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Thanks.
don't want them kids to pick up that habit. You don't want the kids to say, "Oh, coach accept this, so I'm gonna do it." No, fuck that. We ain't gonna ride like that. That's the only way gonna get better if you come with a pure heart. But I can appreciate I'm blue in the face, man, about this boxing shit, man, because I love it. I'm gonna let you go, young fella.
Yep, that's exactly how I wanted it to go, man. Yo, I appreciate you for coming on, Bo. Yo, shout out to Michelle for making this
Yeah,
happen, man. I'm very appreciative for Michelle for making this happen, and I hope to have interviews with you in the future, man. Thank you very
problem.
much, man.
Got my number. You got my personal number, man. A lot of people don't get that personal number, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You ain't even
All
gotta worry about it. You straight, man.
right,
You
all right,
good.
brother. I talk to
You
you, man.
all good. Have a blessed night, man. Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. So that's pretty much it with Mazuma TV, man. We just got a full interview with one of the best boxing trainers, not in the country, not in the city, but in the world, man. This is how we giving it up, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, especially if you've been tuning in this long. Shout out to the nation, shout out to the mob. That's it for the day, man. I holla at y'all.